Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Marvel's Avengers, and I want to talk about why this game potentially could fail, and I'm very conflicted on that because I love this game so much. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section about this video, and if you agree or enjoy or find it interesting, please hit that like button. It helps my channel grow immensely. Subscribe if you wish to. I do loads of things on here, loads of games. Hit the little bell, turn notifications on so you know when those videos go live. So first and foremost, out of the gate, I don't want to trash this game because I do genuinely feel this game has incredible potential. It's had a lot of controversy and a lot of negativity tied to the game that they don't deserve. Straight up, they don't deserve it. But the game itself does have some problems at the moment, bugs and things like that, but it seems like they are on it. It seems like they are making the changes as quick as possible, putting out patches, and they're on top of it, and they're listening to the community too. So I think right now the game is in a really good position. It's just that if they don't do some things for endgame right now, if they don't start building towards it, if they don't start letting us know that that's what they're doing, this game is going to fail. Now very quickly, I just want to compare it to two other games with a similar concept in a similar genre, but these are looter shooters and not looter fighters kind of game. You know, all games that are in the looter part of the world, they build towards an end game. So there's a reason to level up, there's a reason to grow your power. So if you look at something like Destiny carries you through the game and you keep leveling up and you keep getting more armors. Those armors have specific perks. Those perks, those power levels that you raise up help you with the raid. You know, you can't just go in and do the raid at any power level. You need to very specifically get to a point in the game where these raids are still very challenging but are worth doing because you get very specific rewards from the raid that you don't get anywhere else in the game. And then we look at Borderlands. Borderlands is in a place right now where there's no specific end game thing to do, but it is built around the weapons and the skill trees that you build to be super overpowered. You know, it has its own unique end game, trying to find the very most efficient way to build a super overpowered build and then just enjoy that by just causing massacre and destroying anything in the game. Plus they have regular updates, both games do. So right now we can't really tell with Avengers how the updates are going to work, but they do have DLC coming, so hopefully with the DLC they start to change the game up a little bit and have a look at progression in this game. Now the reason why I'm saying progression in this game is because right now you don't need to be any kind of power level to do anything in this game. The missions go with you, so whatever power level you are, those missions are around your power level, and you can also drop the challenge down for them to be 5 levels lower than what you are, and you still get the same rewards regardless of what challenge mode you're on. If you go to challenge mode 4, as far as I know, the only extra thing that you get from completing it on challenge 4 and it being about 20 power levels above you is extra resources. And having extra resources is great, don't get me wrong. This game has quite an intense resource economy where you have to use a lot of resources to power yourself up and boost up your armor pieces, but therein lies the problem. To get challenging missions, you should be rewarded with something that's going to make your game easier in a sense. You know, you're going to get something that makes your game easier. So you get these resources which essentially you use to boost up your power, and that leads me to believe that you would find this easier, the game, but it really doesn't, because you don't need to boost anything in this game to reach the end game stuff and complete the end game stuff. You could be 130 and still be able to take down a mega hive. It might be a little bit more challenging, but you can do it. There's no reason to power yourself up to the highest level, and that is a problem, because if you don't have to get to the highest power, if you don't have to get very unique specific gear, there's no point in playing the game, because there is no one specific end game experience for you to progress towards. You need something in this game like a raid. A raid needs to be in this game. It's a 2-hour experience in my opinion from start to finish. You don't have to load out or anything like that. You go through, I don't know, a specific area like the eastern seaboard and you meet enemies along the way. You have powered up enemies and things like that. Every single encounter you go into has different modifiers so that you have to specifically plan for each fight. And then on top of that, you could have, you know, the Abomination, you can have Taskmaster, you can have the Warbots, you know, those bosses that are already in the game. sprinkled throughout the raid in different areas, so that you have to fight all the bosses, you have to fight all the challenging enemies and get to the last part of the raid, which, you know, I don't have any thoughts on right now, but you could introduce a new boss at that point for everyone to try and fight and take down. Now, these raid bosses need to have very specific drops in the raid that don't fall anywhere else in the game. Now, this could be character specific exotics. This could just be exotics with raid perks on them, where when you use these exotics in the raid, so when you have these equipped in the raid, those raid perks are active, but anywhere else in the game they're not active. So let's just say, for instance, you have a character unique hammer for Thor. Thor has double lightning damage throughout the raid. It makes the raid a little bit easier, but it makes it also, you know, you can keep grinding that raid once a week, or however many times they want you to grind it a week for those very specific rewards. It brings you back every single week to try and get these exotics with unique perks to make the raid a little bit easier every single time. Because right now, unique items can be found in a vault, and vaults are extremely easy to do. There's no point in doing mega hives, there's no point in doing anything that is on the elite scale unless you just want a little bit of a challenge. But without any meaningful progression, without anything to aim towards, without any very one specific unique individual experience at endgame like a raid, there's no point in playing this game, you know, outside of actually liking the game and wanting to play it. And that's a problem, because while they may bring DLC with more story content, with more characters, if there's nothing to aim for with those characters, then the game's going to dry up very, very quickly. If they make some changes right now, and it does look like they're on top of the game with their updates and their patches and things that they're doing and listening to the community, if they put out, I don't know, like a roadmap of what they're going to bring to the game, you know, a raid or something like that, people are going to be excited to play, and they're going to want to play to level up their characters as much as possible to face a raid. Because right now, the only reason for me personally to jump on and grind every day is to level up factions passively while I do my battle pass challenges. And that's it. I haven't leveled up half the characters, but I still use them in the battle pass dailies and can do them and complete them with ease, because you don't need to be a high power level in this game to do anything at endgame. Or at least I should say, you don't have to be max power level to do anything, because you do have to be a relatively high level, but for the most part you just don't need to progress in this game, and that is going to make the game fail in the long term if they don't do something in terms of progression and something to aim at. I also believe they need more modifiers at endgame. Let's just say they kick off with a raid at some point. One of those boss fights could be ranged attacks are halved in terms of damage that they cause, which means then you have to really think about what characters you're using, how you're going to fight that fight, because most of the time now, as for myself, I can just stand back, throw my hammer on the floor and tap the right trigger, and I can wipe out pretty much anything. So they really need to figure out a way to kind of combat that and make each individual fight, each individual mission or raid or whatever, or boss fight, very, very unique and different every single time you do it, with challenges tied to it as well. And factions really have no point in leveling up. I just do them passively because I'm doing stuff on the game for the battle passes anyway, and as soon as my battle passes are completed, I'm not going to bother leveling up the factions anymore. So I really do believe that factions should have, every 10 levels you level it up, you get a skin reward, and that skin reward can be something that's already in the game, or, you know, you could have a very specific shield or Inhumans looking skin, so that there's a reason to level them up, there's a reason to jump on every single day and complete those bounties outside of just wanting to do them. So I think right now they have an incredible foundation for a game. I think everything they have in the game right now works. It's fun, you know, it's a bit grindy, it's a bit repetitive, but I mean, what game isn't nowadays? But if they don't start to do something to improve the end game, this game is going to flop, especially when next gen consoles and stuff are going to come out and there's going to be so many unique cool games to play. Nobody's going to play this game anymore. They really need to have something to aim at, an end game, raid, something like that. Even if it's just a weekly mission that comes up and it's 20 power level above, you know, let's just say 140, so the mission is 160, and then you can get unique rewards, or even just have like skins, nameplates, emotes available to get from those weekly missions. Then people are going to play them, people are going to want to get high enough in level to be able to complete them, which means people are going to be on every single day grinding their power up so that they can go and do these end game missions and stuff like that. So those are just just my thoughts and my opinions. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And why? Hit the like button to help me out and help my channel grow. Subscribe if you're new around here. Hit the little bell for notifications so you know when my videos go live. And if you wish to, you can follow me on Twitter. Link is in the video description. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.